We'll talk about just the camp first off, and why this is important to you, and you seem pretty involved in these things too. How important is that as well?
Man, it's super important. I think our youth, that's our future. For one, for me, it's fun to come out here and see the talent and see how coachable they are. And I remember being a kid and people coming to practices or camps to support us and help us get better. And just remember, that's something that always stuck with me. So I figured if I remembered it, they would also. And they have it good. They get a professional player to come out and coach them. And I wouldn't say who can you learn from best. So super excited to be here. It's a beautiful day. The parents are out here very supportive and having fun, just trying to warm up the legs before camp.
Does this get you ready to roll for camp?
Oh yeah.
5 days away.
Yeah, I was leaving Manhattan Beach, California, and that was tough. A tear came down my eyes. Like having to think I'm leaving the beach, leaving this beautiful place. But I had to, being here today is getting me dialed in. I can't wait to get back in the locker room, see the guys, see the talent, and compete most of all. So the time is here. Let's be a little bit better than last year. I think we're gonna be all right.
We staying out there this summer, or just out there for vacation or something?
Yeah, I stay out there for the summers. From February to hopefully February until April, and then from June until we report back. That's where I like to call home. Great golf, the ocean, great food, great people. So
how you playing these days? Figure out that grip.
Sadly, it's every single year it happens. I play well early on, and the closer to camp it gets, the worse I start to play. So it actually makes me want to come back to camp even more. I'm like, man, I can't stand this. But I'm playing all right. I got the slice. So if any of my followers out there know how to fix a slice, please hit me up at Showtime Tate before Sunday.
We can talk after this.
Were you part of that group that went to Atlanta and worked out with Matthew at all?
It was so short notice, and I had a lot of stuff I had to do before I left, so I wasn't able to make it. I was in a group text, and I was so jealous I couldn't be out there with those guys. But I had a few commitments that I had to do, so I wasn't able to go. But
can you just talk about the excitement level after what you guys did this spring and heading into camp and kind of the prospects for it?
Kind of like I said after we lost against Cowboys, that this is not a new beginning for us. We're gonna we're going to continue where we left off. Start building from there, try to have the best offseason we possibly can. And I think most guys have done that. I think we're way more advanced for where we are as a team, understand the offense, understand the defense. Now, special teams is new because we got a new coach, new things to do. But for the most part, I feel like we're not like a geometry class, we're like an AP class now. So, we're focusing on the details of the offensive defense and just really dialing in. So I'm excited to see, how far we can go.
What do you expect this offense to look like this year? How different will it be than last year?
I don't think we'll be any different as in personnel much, or besides the offensive line maybe. I just expect more production out of us. I think we need to be a lot better. We have the tools. I'm expecting a huge camp preseason from Ebron. I'm excited to see the young guys come in, the young cornerbacks and Amir and a couple other guys, some of the new tight ends. I'm excited to see everybody. This is going to be this is a huge camp for us and a great opportunity. We have a great schedule, camp schedule. We got a great preseason schedule, and our schedule, our regular season schedule is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. We got some great teams lined up. We got some nice primetime games that has to excite you. So we can't wait to get back on the field and start working towards greatness.
You mentioned those games. Obviously, Seattle is somewhat early in the schedule. Do you start even thinking about that a little bit?
You got to get through camp before you start, thinking about the regular season game. You got to get through preseason. Right now.
But when you even look at it, you're just
obviously, it's in my mind, but not much. I'm trying to take it game by game. The most important game is going to be the first preseason game, and then the most important game after that is going to be the second, third, fourth, and then the first regular season. I take it week by week. You can't get caught up thinking, circling teams, but I definitely noticed the game.
You mentioned Ebron. What is it about him that leads you, that gives you so much confidence that he's going to have a big year?
He's had a really good offseason. He's coming in OTAs and made a really good. He did really well, and I'm expecting just to keep building on that. I know that we have a lot of confidence in him, and we're trusting in him to come in and open it up for other guys. So we expect nothing but that, and we're expecting a big year from him. I'm sure you guys are also. He's shown flashes of being a very dynamic player for us, and now we just want him to blossom into his own player and help us.
Do you have conversations with guys in the offseason? Like, what is that like? I mean, obviously you have lots of excitement going in, but have you spoken to guys during the downtime to maybe talk about how to get ready?
We have plenty of time to get ready now. I mean, we've been together since April all the way until June. And then, starting Sunday, we'll be spending 9+ hours a day. We don't need to talk more football. That's one thing we get away. And then you have the trips like Atlanta, like those guys had. But for the most part, all the receivers and the quarterbacks in a group text message, and we, the funny things that happen in today's society, we're kind of, we'll send Vine videos, funny Instagrams. And things like that, but we keep it very, very relaxed and have fun with it.
Golden, if you're in the advanced class now, maybe there were some struggles as a team last year on offense, just with the transition. How difficult was it for you to a new team? How difficult was it for the other guys with a new playbook? What were some of the struggles?
I think it was tough for everyone. I think when I arrived, we were all in the same boat. We were dealing with the new head coach. We were dealing with the new offensive coordinator. So I feel like we were all bundled together. Just because I was coming from another team, the only thing I was new with is learning names and learning you guys. So I think we just, we understand what Coach Hall wants from us. We expect he doesn't have to preach the basics like, finish, or the small things. Now he can focus on the more advanced things of being a great team. So
same thing from an offensive standpoint. I mean, the areas that you struggle in on the field, not getting in the end zone, those sort of things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously those are things you just can't. How do you work on that in the off season when you're on air, or when you can't? It's not very physical. So we can. I think the off season more for the mental part of it, understanding why we're doing this a little better, why we need to get our depths, because we need to open it up on the backside or give Matt time to get there and whatnot. We're just really nitpicking the small things, because that's the time you can do it. But during the season, you can't be like, it's tough to nitpick because you have to move on. You don't have little time. So just start really being detailed in the off season, and now it's time to play. Now it's time to go out there, put it on film, and see that we are better than we were last year.
What's your opinion of what's going on in New England and with Tom Brady?
I'm not totally educated on the situation. I don't know what's real and what's not. I think if you violate the integrity of this game, you must be punished. We're always trying to gain more fans, nationally, internationally, and when you threaten the integrity of the sport in whole, you're threatening the integrity of the people that are inside it also. So if it's legit and he actually did have something to do with it, then he deserves every bit of that punishment. Now, if he didn't have anything to do with it, then they need to look into it more and be more factual. But that's not for me to really dip in, and I hope it works out for the best for both parties, and I hope justice is served.
You guys played them last year. Did you feel, looking back at what happened with the balls and everything, is there any sort of sense of no?
We'll do one more question.
You were in Seattle when you guys took the incremental steps from being a contender to Super Bowl champion. I mean, what is it that is necessary to take those steps, and do you see that here?
I think it's an everyday grind. I think every day we go out with a purpose. Every day we go out to get better. And I think Coach Carroll said it the best. It's either you're getting better or you're getting worse. You're never staying the same. And so, which side do we want to be on? I'm going to vote, being better. So, but the good thing is we have a bunch of great guys with the same goal in mind. You look at Matthew Stafford, Ebron, myself, Calvin, Joik. Even the young fellas are catching on really quickly. This is not a joke. This is real right here. This is people's livelihoods, people's jobs. So, we got to come with our A game, and we're trying to own our division.